Hello YouTubers, 2012 Ford Fusion, and we are doing oil change on this machine. So first thing that you want to do before you drain your oil is actually to check the level to see if it burns any oil, because it's important to know. So the level will tell us how much oil was consumed after the last oil change. So this vehicle was serviced a year ago. They put just under 8,000 kilometers on it. So it's a good time to change the oil. So let's take a look. So we can see that it's at a lower spot and engine is cold at this point. So it's within limit. And the vehicle has almost 200,000 Ks on it, so it's quite a good indication that our motor is running good. So next we will let it idle for a bit, warm it up, get it on ramps, and we'll drain the oil. Alright, so the vehicle is nice and warm and on ramps, and we will need a tool to remove the filter. So basically filter wrench. We will need 7mm socket to remove the shield on a drain plug, and a socket itself to remove the plug. Also, this is my Christmas present that I got this year. Quite a nice toolbox with some compartment inside, few shelves. Trying to get used to it. So we'll see how it works for us today. And for all the tools, parts, filters, please check the description to the video. I will leave a link so you can easily find them online. So here is your oil filter. Here's the cover, and it says oil drain. So we'll need to remove this cover. There should be 1, 2, and 3 screws. Here are only 2 left, so we'll get that removed, and we'll just use 1/4-inch ratchet, 1/4-inch impact to get that out, just like that. So there is your drain plug. It's 15mm, and we will put the catch pan underneath, so we'll get that plug out and we'll start draining oil. So I have loosened the plug with the ratchet, so now we'll just get it out with the hand. We won't open the fill plug yet, since we don't want this to give us a huge dump. So when it's flowing, then we will go under the hood and open the drain plug, the fill plug. And here you go. So now we will open the fill plug, and that should speed up the drain process. As you can see, it's still draining, but at this point we should be able to position the catch tray in such a way that we can remove the filter. Okay, so this is one type of filter wrench that you can use. Usually works really well with this type of filters. It might be difficult to film and use it with one hand, but I'll do my best. Okay. So yeah, as soon as it got loose a bit, and you remember we're still draining the oil over there. So we just want to make sure that we do not create a mess on the floor. So we'll get this loose, let the oil come out, just like that. And when it slows down on dripping, we can remove filter entirely and probably just drop it into the oil pan. So at this point we will just let everything drain to make sure that there is no significant flow coming either from the drain plug or from the filter. So while the old oil is draining, we will prepare our filter and oil. So we are using Castrol full synthetic 5W20, and the capacity by the book is 5 liters. It can differ slightly from vehicle to vehicle, so we will not go blindly with 5 liters. We will start with a little bit less. But at this point we have our new filter, and I will leave a link in the description to the filter. What we want to do, we want to dip our finger into oil and lubricate this O-ring. So next time we take it off, it's easy to remove. So at this point the filter is ready, so now we will get under the vehicle. So there is nothing draining anymore. So next what we will do, we'll come here and clean this surface with the clean towel. Make sure that it's nice and flat, there is no debris, there is no old gasket stuck. It happened to me once. So now when it's nice and clean, we will install the new filter. Okay, so to install the filter, we won't be using any tools. So basically at this point it started to touch the housing. So it was loose, it started to touch, and now we want to put some pressure and do like one turn, or close it one turn, so it should be tight without any filter wrenches, without any straps. Just with your hand it should be tight, and usually it's around one spin from the point where it's touched the filter housing. So the filter is done. Now we will install the drain plug and we'll torque it to 21 foot-pound. So it goes nicely with just with the hand. Now we will get a torque wrench. So we have our torque wrench on, and we want to do 21 foot-pound. Just like that. So now we will clean all the oil that is left in here, that is left around the filter. So now we can put this cover back on. So to put this cover back on, you see those two ears, they go inside over there, and then you just screw it with those 3 screws. So the cover is back on. Another thing that I should have mentioned, from the factory there should be another cover for the filter, so it also will be a couple of 7mm screws, and there will be a cover to get to the oil filter. So next we'll use the funnel and fill the engine with oil. It should take 5 liters. We will put roughly 4.5, and after that we'll get vehicle leveled and then check it on a dipstick. So now when the engine is filled with oil, we will reinstall the cap. We will lower the hood and we will run the vehicle, let the oil to go into the filter. We will shut it down, wait for 3 minutes, and then check the level with the dipstick, as we did at the very beginning. Right, so the vehicle been sitting for a few minutes now, and we will check the oil level. And I will explain you why you don't want to just go full 5 liters from the start and don't worry about checking. The high oil level, or like too high oil level, is probably even worse than too low oil level, because like if the oil level is too high, it gets foamy and lubrication goes down significantly. So if you see, we are at the very bottom right now, so we are safe to add probably another at least 300 mil. Most likely that we will end up filling up with full 5 liters, but we will see. There's not much left. So as I mentioned, the too high oil level will cause premature engine wear and is really bad for your engine. So with the engine being not hot, rather cold, you want your oil level to be around 70% full, so when it warms up it goes to 100. So we'll check one more time. And it's easy to add. So right now we are probably 60%, I would say, on the dipstick. And it's easy to add oil, it's way more difficult to drain it. So as you can see, at this point we are at 70%, and there probably will be a few more droplets coming down. So we will not add any more, and honestly, like in here there's probably maybe 150 ml left. So worst case scenario, if you do all 5 liters, you will be at 100, what is not too bad. But as I said, it's rather to be a little bit under than too much over. Now we are good to install the oil cap, make sure it's tight. The last thing is to reset the oil meter. Okay, so we will put the ignition on. We will press setup until the setup button, until we see press reset to clear. So we press reset, and then we click setup again. We get our oil life, and we now hold reset button until it goes to 100% of oil life. Set to 100. So now we should be good to turn off the ignition, and the oil life is reset. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and as always, do it yourself.